How's it going, everybody? Being Big here, and we are back today with two boys.
Burn
Burn witches.
witches.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go witch hunt. Witch hunt.
We're going on a witch hunt today,
We're
boys.
on a witch hunt and don't think we don't know how to weed them out. Holy fuck. Anyways, basically we read Burn the Witch.
Yeah, burn the witch. Because
That's it.
spoilers, it's a bleach.
No, bro, they're not supposed to know that, bro. Come on.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
No, man. It's a
It's
completely original work by T.J.
it's a,
Kubo.
yep,
With no correlation
original
to
work.
any of it. It's actually a sequel to Zombie Powder. No.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's his
yeah.
previous work
Yeah.
before Bleach. That one that was so popular.
Yeah,
Um,
that it ran for 26 whole chapters.
yeah, that one.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, well, in all
Sorry.
honesty, Burn the Witch. I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. It's a sequel to Bleach in a way.
It's
It's a
yeah.
Bleach spin-off kind of.
It's more, yeah, I mean, it's like an original story, but it's just set in the Bleach universe.
Yeah.
But it's not like
It's not
exactly the
directly
same.
yeah, it's not directly tied to anything previous like that happened previously in Bleach, you know.
Yeah, but it's set in London as well, so.
Yeah. So different setting, different magic system.
Well,
Um
maybe.
maybe well, it seems similar.
It's like I just feel like they just use Hado mostly, but like.
Well, and well then there's also like dragons.
Right.
You know,
But okay, okay.
that's the big thing. Okay, that's the big thing about Burn the Witch, right? Is the dragons.
Okay, well, this is. Alright, let me just get this. Let's just talk about what we think about it. This video is gonna be a very, like, just us spitballing weird shit about Burn the Witch and how it connects to Bleach for the most part.
Yeah,
Um,
because we could cover the plot like we normally do, but there's
there's only.
really not like
Yeah,
there's
there's
only
only
four
four chapters
chapters.
plus the one shot.
Yeah, plus the
Um,
one shot. I was
and the
like,
one shot is like. I don't know. It just introduces the characters in the world. It's kind of separated from the rest of the chapters in a way almost.
mm-hmm.
It's also really, I also feel bad for that guy. That shit was really funny though. They killed his friend, Frame One.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, Balgo.
yeah, it was yeah. No,
Balgo.
because he was a dragon or something like
Right, he
that.
was a dragon. Which okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, the plot is basically girls they try to work their way up the Soul Society ranks. The Soul
Mm-hmm.
Society West West branch ranks.
West Branch, yeah.
The blonde bitch wants to be part of the attack squad, and I don't remember her name. Sorry, the blonde. Sorry.
Ninny, I think?
Ninny.
Ninny
Ninny
Spankle.
Spankle.
Yeah.
Wants to be part of the Sabers. That's basically the plot. They're basically just fighting dragons, and she wants to
And
move up.
yeah, pretty much. And then Noelle, is Noelle the main character? I guess
It's dual main characters. Yeah. I think they're both.
they're both main characters.
Because like the one shot starts with Noelle, but
Mhm.
then the first chapter starts with Ninny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're both the main character. I would say.
Yeah, they get about equal amount of screen time,
Uh,
which is interesting.
yeah.
It's not something that's done very often. But it's nice. And then they both have like two different kind of goals. Noelle just kind of wants to just kind of chill. Yeah.
Vibe.
She's not really. She just wants to make money.
Watch
She treats the whole thing as a job.
Yeah.
Whereas Ninny treats it as, I mean, she wants to go to the Sabers.
Yeah, I mean,
which from my understanding is like Soul Reapers, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, also like they're like from my understanding, I put them more on like they're like Squad 11. They're like the specified attack unit of the I don't know. They all have different names. I'm trying to remember their names.
Yeah, I don't remember.
There's the Pipers division, the Cybers division, the Sabers division, the Graffiti division. I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's basically it. It's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, and then the plot takes us through you know, just all the like fighting dragons and stuff. It introduces us to like the magic system and the job system and like kind of the world,
I will
reverse
say
London.
he spends a long time trying to explain all this stuff,
He
and
does.
it kind of, I feel like he spent a little bit too much. You didn't have to know all this shit right away, especially since like he's planning to continue it.
Hmm.
There's a lot of just like full pages of text explaining this 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 new world.
Yeah,
And it kind of, I feel like it kind of messes with the pacing of the story a little bit.
I can see it. I can see it. He's like, it is a pretty in-depth world. I think it feels even more fleshed out than like Bleach. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like he it feels like he put a lot of thought into it, and he's just trying to get it all out
yeah, yeah,
in the 4 chapters, which is it's like there's just not enough time for him to really get it all out and
yeah,
then have a plot at the same time. It's tough, but
yeah. But
I'm liking it. I liked it.
yeah, I liked it a lot.
Um,
So that's basically all the just story shit. Like it's good. Go read it if you want to. You don't have to know about Bleach to read this.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, you can watch it completely separate.
yeah, oh yeah, and the movie's incredible. We've both already seen the movie as well.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
movie I saw the movie first before
before
even seeing
Bleach. Yeah,
Bleach,
yeah.
so um,
Um,
and then I was like, yeah, that was pretty good.
but I don't know what the fuck is going on, and you still get
Yeah,
that
it
same feeling even after reading Bleach.
yeah, and I think a big thing is that it doesn't cover the one shot. The movie doesn't.
No, no, right, right.
So
It
you
splices in some scenes from the one shot,
it
like
does, but
just a
like
few, but not enough to
it's
like
it still doesn't introduce any of the characters. I feel
like
like
Balgo, like because the
yeah,
movie
Balgo just
starts
kind of shows up.
with Balgo in chapter one with the whole coming in on the dragon.
Yeah, with Sushi, and we
Yeah,
don't know anything about either of these
yeah, yeah.
two.
They should have adapted the one shot as well.
Um, but
uh,
oh well, it's good. It's got good animation to it.
oh yeah, it looks
Um,
really fucking good.
yeah, I recommend it. Even if you haven't seen Bleach.
Yeah, and now we're getting into a lot of. We're gonna talk about a lot of Bleach spoilers and Burn the Witch. I mean, this. Yeah, we've already talked a little bit about Burn the Witch spoilers, but Bleach
Hmm.
spoilers more now. So, and it's just gonna be
Yeah,
a little more. Just speculation, I guess, is what I would call it. I don't know.
yeah, kind of just
Discussion.
general discussion
Yeah.
on what this is,
Yeah, yeah.
where he's going with it, where we think he's going with it. Um, you want to start? There's a lot to talk about
There's
here.
a lot to talk about. Okay, where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? Right, dragons. They seem to be
Dragons.
like if hollows evolved differently. And then, but they're
Yeah.
not exactly like hollows either, because from my
No.
understanding, they're not formed when people die. They're
Yeah, they're
they
not
it's
souls of people.
they're explicitly like stated to be like they form from the negative emotions of people. I'm pretty sure is what they said.
I don't remember
Uh,
something like that. Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's
I don't
also
know.
like,
I can't
but it's
remember.
also like he specifically is like, there's a line where he specifically compares it to hollows because who was it? Nini was like, oh yeah, in Japan they just kill all their dragons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so are they hollows or are they not
Like,
hollows?
yeah,
Like,
is that referring to hollows? I don't know. I don't know.
she doesn't
It's
even call them drags. She just says in Japan they kill them all. Yeah,
yeah.
so it's like, oh, so are they dragons or not?
I,
It, and there's a thing where like, cause we know there are naturally forming hollows, like without being from a human soul, right?
mm,
That's where like most of the Arankars are.
is it? I thought they were.
No, because some of them were born in Mundo and just lived in Mundo without any human interaction.
Oh, you're right. I
So
never noticed
right,
that.
right. So I was thinking about it. So are the hollows in Reverse London? We'll get into Reverse London in a second. That's a whole nother can of worms. But
Yeah.
are the hollows in Reverse London just adapted with society because London didn't kill all the hollows like Japan does, and so that's why they evolved into dragons. Also, I guess because mythology, like, you know,
Hmm.
it's also important because like Shinigamis, they're not called Shinigamis. Uh, in this, right? They're called
No, they're called,
witches.
yeah, witches.
um,
Um,
so like, are they just evolved hollows that just adapted? So that's why some of them bear fruit and shit, and they like coexist.
yeah, yeah. Like dragons aren't like hollows where they're just like bloodthirsty. They want to eat souls. There there's like a wide variety of them, and like most of them just kind of exist. They kind of just vibe,
Yeah,
but they have like things about them. Like some of them like do electricity. Some of them,
yeah, fruit on
you
them,
know,
like cultivate,
yeah, fruit of
harvest
them.
and shit. And then you got your dark dragons, which are just like human
Yeah, are
eating.
just like hollows.
Because even like in the one shot, the guy's friend wants to eat one of the witches because he says it's weird because it's like in the hollows that we fought in Bleach. Some of them have like Grand Fisher, for example.
Hmm.
He had like what, like 50 Soul Reapers under his belt. He had eaten
Yeah,
up to
something
that
like
before
that.
that point. Um, but it seems to me like a dark dragon has not eaten a witch in like eons, like 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 in
Yeah,
centuries. I don't know. Eons is a long time. Like
yeah. It seems like the casualty rate over on that side is pretty good.
yeah,
Um, but maybe that's because witches are different from like soul reapers. They're a little more skilled.
cute.
It seems.
I also like. Are they reishi beings or are they actually humans? Like
Yeah, because I mean we know that Ninny is a pop star in
in regular London,
regular London, right? So she's like just a human, and then she can also go to reverse
versus
London
London.
and fight dragons and stuff.
And again, reverse London doesn't seem like the Soul Society like at all. It seems more like, well, almost like Harry Potter, a little bit in like
Yeah,
some
it's
of the
like
ways they get there and everything.
yeah, reverse London is like it's just like a hidden world, like
On the flip
directly
side,
yeah, on the flip side, like in the Soul Society, but it doesn't. I
but it
don't know if
contains
it's actually in
regular,
the
like,
Soul
cause
Society.
it just feels like a place. Cause they say it's a place for people who can see dragons, so it just feels like a place like if Ichigo lived in London, he'd probably live in reverse London. From what I'm
Yeah,
gathering, is what they said.
yeah, it's interesting.
um, oh my god, yeah. You got anything you want to point out?
No, I'm still like thinking about reverse London
Right,
because I'm like,
right,
well, I think one of the things that was explained was that anything that gets damaged in reverse London also gets damaged in regular London.
right. Yeah, yeah. That is a thing that happens.
So it was like they're like linked in some way, but like that's not how the Soul Society in Japan works.
Or
It's
not,
like
not at all. No.
the Soul Society is like a completely separate entity from like a completely separate realm, whereas Reverse London seems very connected with it, and I find that kind of weird.
Yeah.
Uh, what I also find weird
Yeah.
um, is the dragon thing, the dragon contact
Yeah.
law,
Dragonclad. Or and the
the
law. Well,
the law,
it'll
yeah,
lead into Dragonclad.
where it's either like 100 years of prison or execution if you touch a dragon at all.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you're like a witch, unless you're like a certified witch.
Yeah, which is like, what? What is that about?
If we make any physical, I don't know, cause we get introduced to Balgo Parks,
Hmm.
and he is Dragonclad because he spent the last 10 years living with his best friend who was a dragon that he didn't
Who
know at
was
the
a
time.
dragon? Yeah.
And they didn't execute him. They they like just positioned him within the Soul Society, like under like watch 24/7 watch essentially.
Hmm.
Well, they did try to execute him after that, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter that much. And this has had me thinking like, what is Dragonland? What happens when somebody interacts with dragons?
Yeah. Like, what? Why is the law so strict with
Yeah,
dragons when dragons are literally everywhere?
yeah.
Um, but like, what about it is so bad? and we just don't know.
We just don't know, and it had me thinking because he's dragonclad.
Hmm.
He gets what I'm gonna assume is a Zanpakuto, but I could be absolutely wrong.
It seems like a Zanpakuto. I don't think it is
It comes
because
out of a pipe, yeah.
because we met the creator of him, and it's like maybe he's not.
Yeah, he
I'm
said
thinking
he
it's
makes all of
fundamentally
them.
different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's not specifically a Zanpakuto, but maybe some other kind of soul weapon that he gets.
Right, right. And it had me thinking about what happens when a Soul Reaper comes in contact with Hollows. Um, no, well, I
Mm,
guess not exactly. Holification is not the same thing,
no, not
but
at all.
it seems to be like they are trying to not, cause when the first person got holified in the flashback of the Vizards,
Hmm.
it sort of just spread to all of them during that encounter. Um,
Mm,
so maybe they're trying to stop something like that from happening. Um,
hmm.
but I don't know. And some of the dragons are like sentient, but some of them don't seem like they are. But I guess hollows are like that too. So never mind. I'll take that back.
Yeah.
All the hollows do the same thing that I think about. There's hollows that don't talk, and there's hollows that are like actually
Hmm. Yeah.
aware. Yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah, I'd say most hollows are pretty or sentient, but I guess there's a lot of like Menoses that aren't.
Menaces or like substitute arc hollows. Most of them don't,
Yeah, that's true.
except for like the main ones he encounters. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know, man. And then there's a lot of interesting extra lore shit they throws in there, like the leaders, which there's not 12 of them.
No,
The
there's like
captains of the Soul
seven or
Society.
something like
Uh, yeah,
that. I don't know how much there are. I'm gonna look at the
I'm
screenshot
looking
I
at the
have.
screenshot right now. Hold on. There's one, two, three, four, five. There's seven.
Hey, I was right.
There's
um,
seven in the. There seems to be a captain general and everything that like he's an old guy, just like
hmm.
my boy. But I mean, they're shrouded in mystery. We don't know anything about them.
Yeah, except for Bruno.
Well, except for
Um,
Bruno Wolfgang.
Bruno Bang Knife, excuse me.
Okay, I know there's a Wolfgang in there though.
Is there? I don't. Oh, well, Wolfgang is the
The Captain General.
Yeah, he's the Captain General. He's the big guy. He's the
Let's
director, I think you call him.
go. I
Um,
fucking knew it.
but they seem to be like the main governing force of it, kind of like the
You like the 12 captains.
yeah, like the 12 captains. But they also seem to have jurisdiction over the law too, like the Council of 46 or whatever.
Right, right, right. And we don't mean
Um,
actually.
because
There's eight of
they're the
them.
one.
One of
There's
them
8 of
didn't
them.
show up to the meeting.
Oh yeah,
There
yeah,
was
you're
one
right.
that had just had an absent sign.
Hmm, forgot about that.
Hmm.
I
Wolfgang.
I just realized something about these.
What?
I was looking at the screenshot. Um, Look at the woman in the white. I didn't realize her.
Oh my god! Wait! Yeah, I saw it immediately what you were talking about the moment I looked at it. Holy, bro! No, what's she about? I want to have a talk with
Oh
her.
man. Okay, we can't we can't talk about that on.
Oh my god! I would get demonetized, bro.
What the hell is that design?
Oh my
Um,
god! Fucking master of character design. I'm telling you.
okay, yeah, Tite Kubo, bro. He brings it. He brings it. He brings it full force. The character design of this. I'm
All
not like,
right.
oh my god.
I'm looking at the where they decide to execute Boggle.
Mm-hmm.
Boggle's middle name is Yuan. Yuan. Sorry,
What?
it seems to be German.
Oh, interesting.
So is it like a Quincy weapon now? Maybe. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, Balgo Ewing Parks. I don't know. It's weird.
There's a lot of questions and we just don't know. We just don't know. Also, first off, we
Uh-huh.
there seems to be 12 dragons or 7 dragons that
I,
are like mega dragons.
yeah, the Marken, the they're like legendary dragons based off, and they're named after the
Out of the
like all
fairy
the
tales.
grim, yeah, all the Grimm's fairy tales.
Yeah.
And we see Cinderella
And she,
in,
well, she absolutely destroys the city. Like, goddamn.
yeah, she's whew, that's it's kind of go crazy on that.
And there's like no equivalent to that in Hollows, right? Because we didn't know the Espadas existed until the Eureka arc. Even though there was a king of Hueco Mundo before,
Yeah,
even before like we knew about it. Um, uh,
yeah, it's interesting.
yeah,
Cause and then there's the yeah, it's like they're just really strong dragons, and they they just exist. Like, were they defeated before, or like did they just get away? Are they legendary? I don't know. I don't know. They don't explain too much.
yeah,
Um, but they seem to be the main kind of,
possibly antagonists for the time being.
yeah. They seem to be the main threat at the moment. Um, and that's what they kept. That's why they decided to keep Balgo alive, was just because he drew in dragons. You know,
Yeah,
and so they're like, oh yeah, this man could help us kill the Markans.
yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. Also, we find out that they're fucking their commander in chief, their boss, basically,
Mm-hmm.
is the son of the hero.
Yeah, Billy Banks Jr. His name is. So I guess the hero is Billy Banks.
And we don't know what that means, but he bodied Cinderella from miles away with one shot. So,
Yeah, just this legendary dragon, and this man like sniped it with with one shot.
he
Uh,
just finger gunned it, and it was dead.
He's like, "Ooh, did
Ooh,
I do that?"
did I do that? That's crazy. Yada yada. uh, and
So yeah, this man, and then like, again we had Bruno on, like, on the team. We had one of the seven, or one of the eight captains, I'll call it for now. And he even he couldn't like put a scratch in this thing.
yeah,
Um, and then again Billy just I'm curious to see what's going on with that. You know.
yeah. Interesting to see where it's gonna go. That's basically all I gotta say about it. Unless I'm forgetting
Yeah, no,
something.
it's again. There's not. It's short.
It's
It's four
short,
chapters
but
plus a one shot.
it's got potential for sure.
But it's, yeah, it sets up so much. I feel like it opens up so many questions.
He feels, yeah, he feels like he feels like he's actually got a direction for this. You know,
Hmm.
for Bleach, I felt like it was kind of directionless early on
Yeah,
with the
it took
substitute arc.
it took a little bit to find its footing. You
Right,
know.
because he did. I just feel like he had an idea and he didn't know where he wanted to take it. He just had the Soul Reapers idea as an idea
Hmm.
and said, okay, then they fight these demon dudes, and then where do I go from there, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes into the Soul Society, but it still feels like most of the plot's just being strung along and he's making it up as he goes,
Hmm.
which is fine. It ended up okay, all in all.
Yeah.
But now he's got a preset world, this time with kind of different rules.
Yeah.
Um,
He changed up a lot, like enough to be interesting, but enough, like he
to,
kept
to,
enough the
to,
same.
to make it familiar still, like,
Yeah, to keep it. Yeah, to keep it familiar.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he is focusing a lot on fleshing out the world, even though I just felt like it fucked with the pacing a little. Um,
Hmm.
and like the plot feels like it's going somewhere. We got set up. We got mysteries. Who's the hero? What are the Marchins really? What are dragons actually?
Yeah.
Well, you know where are we all going? And man, I'm so excited actually.
Yeah. No, this really excites me because, again, I think just like the world is like the world is so much more interesting than just regular Japan of Bleach. We
Yeah.
have fucking we have Reverse London and then all the dragons are just so interesting.
Right, right.
It's it's
And
it's
I
interesting.
think we got better protagonist setup.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause,
I
cause,
just really like the
listen,
protagonists.
I like Ichigo a lot. Listen, I'm an
Mm,
Ichigo lover, but having two protagonists is a smart move
yeah.
because we have Nini who's motivated to propel the plot forward,
Hmm.
and then we have Noel who's more like Ichigo and just kind of wants to vibe,
Yeah, kind of
right?
wants to vibe. But
So, so
I find the dynamic funny since she's the stronger of the two.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, I think it's interesting, and he if it'll feel like I think he won't try and shoehorn a way for them to move the plot forward. Now that he has because now we have a goal. Nini wants to move into the Sabers. She wants to move up in the Soul Society work, um,
Yeah.
which is like could just be the set goal for right now, and it's just motivation, you know, um, something that Ichigo kind of struggles with for a little bit. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah. No. There's I mean, and an interesting thing about this is that Kubo's writing this at his own pace.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so he's not like constrained to like the weekly schedule of like Shonen Jump, and so he can take as much time as he needs to just make this as good as he
right,
wants it to
yeah,
be,
and
which is like that's exciting.
yeah, that's exciting
Um,
because man, God,
because
Thousand
that's
Year
what
Blood War, man, Thousand Year
yeah,
Blood
that's what
War.
led to that's what led to the downfall of the thousand year blood war was just the time constraints and like the
Yeah,
amount of work that he was putting on himself, that he had to do to get it done.
yeah,
So now that he has like no time constraints, he can just take his time, and that's exciting because I want to see what Kubo can
oh
do.
yeah, I'm hype, bro, I'm hype, I'm ready. All right,
Yeah.
let me end it off as a question then. Do you think we will be seeing Bleach characters in this, and if so, which ones?
I think we might, but I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll play a big part in the story. I
For
think they might
example,
be in for like a cameo.
Kazui Kurosaki,
I don't know if they'll see the child.
because
uh,
this apparently it takes place 12 years after, so he'd be a teenager at this point.
no, it takes 10 place. It takes place 12 years after the
The
Blood
Blood
War,
War.
and then 2 years after um
Ah,
the final chapter.
only 2 years? Oh, because
Yeah,
there was a 10-year time skip. All right, well
yeah,
never
it was
mind.
a 10 year time skip.
Yeah,
So
he'd
I
be
mean,
8.
yeah, he'd be 8, bro. I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like we might.
actually, never mind. Now that I say that, I don't think you. So, but
I feel like we might get like some cameos. Like we might get like some communication between the two branches. They're like, "Oh, hey, we got a problem over here. Do you guys wanna come over?" And it's like,
Ch-
"Nah,
hey, bro, Chad might show up for a boxing match.
bro, he might." That would be hype. That would be super hype. For a boxing match in London, and then some shit goes down. Yeah, Chad has to box down a dragon.
Bro, all right. Well, hey, Tita Kubo, make it happen, bro.
Make it
Please,
happen. Make it
please.
happen.
It could be like one chapter long. I don't care. Make Chad just punch a dragon.
That would be sick. Uh,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's my thing is that if we do get some like a Bleach cameo or like a Bleach character in here, they're not gonna be a big role. That's
Yeah.
that's my that's my that's my conclusion on that.
Cool. All right. Well, that about wraps it up. That's the end
Yep.
of. That's like not. I guess that's the true end of Two Boys Drink Bleach for a while. We have something else planned. But
Yeah, I have something else coming up, but this is, I guess, the final.
maybe we still got the light novels technically, but
Yeah, I
we'll get
guess.
there when we get there. All right.
Yeah, yeah. This is the final episode of Two Boys Drink Bleach for the time being.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But all right, cool. Thank you guys for checking it out. Hit the subscribe and the like button before you stop watching, please. Every time, man. Every time.
Yeah, no, it's too late now.
Oh God! All right. See
You
ya.
hooked it up. I see you.